Listen to the Raw Breeze podcast. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Yeah. We back for another one, man.
Hip hop culture.
Y'all know what it is.
Mansa J in this motherfucker.
It is your boy Mansa J. This is Raw Brilliance. I like to thank y'all, and I appreciate y'all for coming back and joining me again, man. I got another very special guest, man. Somebody that's coming to us via Zoom, you know what I mean, and trying to deal with this to get him on here with a whole handful. But without further ado, man, a very talented artist, producer, Mr. Roy Dean.
What's going on, brother? Hey, appreciate you having me, man. Stoked to be here. Yeah. Like I told you, bro, we're going to have a dope convo, go over a lot of stuff, man. It's going to be sick. So
let's get into it. Let's get into it, my brother. Well, first, before we jump into the music and all the creativity and stuff that I've been checking out over the last few days, man, let's give the people some background. Where are you from initially?
Sure, of course, bro. It's kind of a crazy story. So like originally, like I'm from Southern California, like born and raised, San Diego County, specifically North County, San Diego. So I spent like a lot of my life there, man, like really all over SoCal. But a couple years ago, you know, I moved out to Austin, Texas, and like really got involved with the scene out there in Austin.
Right.
And just kind of, you know, just tapped into the whole scene out there, and this super impressed, man, and just got to work with a lot of artists like out there, you know, in the Austin area. But yeah, man, as far as where I'm from, that's pretty much it. You know, I'm a producer first, so I tell everybody like the production side of things, man, like that's my first love. So the beats and everything like that. So yeah, man.
Dope, man, dope. And speaking of beats and all of that, what got you into the music though?
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. So like, I would have to say like, man, it goes kind of way back. Like my dad is a piano player, and he's really sick, like just on the keys. And I don't know, bro, like ever since I could remember, like I was just listening to different, like, you know, my dad was like hella into like jazz and blues and stuff.
Right.
It was weird. Like my mom was into like classic rock and stuff. Like we didn't listen to hip hop, like we're, you know what I mean? So I tell people all the time, like I feel like hip hop kind of like found me, but I feel like I get a lot of my musical influence from my dad, you know what I mean? Just on the keys, like, just, and he would always kind of plug me into like different, like jazz and blues artists, which is really cool. So I kind of always been into it, like kind of through that. But I remember specifically like one year there was like this family friend that gave us this Casio keyboard. It's really for my dad, right? For him to jam out on. But dude, like I took a liking to this keyboard.
Okay.
For whatever reason, bro, like, and I used to jam out on this thing. It was a piece of shit, but it was really dope. Like I would like, you know, watch different, like music videos and certain stuff that was out. And I would just try to like recreate it on this keyboard. And I was just super into it, you know, like, try to, you know, recreate melodies and stuff on this keyboard at like 12 years old, man. And it was just, for me, bro, like after that, I was just kind of off to the races. I was just super into music, man. Like after that.
Man, that's super dope, bro. Like, I came from, and at first you said sick, and I was like, wait, and then you was like on the keys. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah. But my family is kind of like really into like instruments and stuff. Well, mainly like on my mom's side, because we grew up in the church and stuff. So like
okay, that's what's up.
Playing like the piano and drums and organ, tambourines, bongos, like all that type of stuff is very familiar to us. And my older brothers had to learn how to play, and you know, me as well. And so, you know, I completely understand where you're coming from with that, with you know, getting that influence from, you know, a parent or somebody like that, or people around you and stuff. And
yeah,
that's like super important too, because you going into music, you're already, even if you don't know it, you're kind of musically inclined, I guess, you know, like you're already up on it. You have an ear for music kind of just by being around it. And your dad on the keys, man, that's like
For sure.
you got to have an ear for, you know, notes and stuff, playing the keys and stuff like that, because you can't get out key real quick, you know, or something like that.
Yep.
So
It's almost like, bro, like it's second nature. And it's weird. It's really weird because people ask me that all the time. Like, how'd you get into music and stuff like that?
yeah,
And it's almost funny because like I have a hard time answering it sometimes. Cause it's like, bro, like it was just kind of always there. Like I would listen to my dad, like my dad plays piano. Like that
right,
was it. That was the introduction. And
right,
on that keyboard that we got, my dad, I would watch my dad and I just kind of watch him play keyboard and stuff. And I was like, that shit's kind of hard. Like, how do I do that? You know,
yeah.
or something similar to it. So, but yeah, man, it's crazy. It's almost like in the DNA, kind of, I guess. I don't know.
It definitely is, especially I know me for one, like being around it so much, it was like an easy transition. You know, like I used to I used to DJ for, like, I don't do music and stuff now, but I listen to it a lot and I have friends in the industry and like I'm always around it. But having like an ear for certain artists that are good or gonna pop or something like that, it was just always around me, like the music. So it was something that I was
Yeah.
always around. You know what I mean? Like without even trying, I just gravitated to those scenes, to rappers or singers or, you know, to DJs. I used to do that for years. You know, I was a DJ trying. I thought I wanted to be like a big time DJ, but it wasn't for me, man. But I did love doing it, so I had a lot of fun. But then I started to lose my hearing and stuff, and I had to fall back from it, or else,
Yeah.
you know, bad things could happen. But I love the music and I love being around this shit though. And
Yeah.
I'm
I
really
can
happy
tell.
to talk to you though, because you're a producer, you know what I mean? And
Right.
you hear that kind of like in your music and in your flow and everything as well. But as far as the producing side of it, when did you get into that? Because you said that that's your first love.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like it really is. Like I definitely started like my musical journey like on the production side of things and just, you know, constructing beats. It started on that little keyboard that my dad had. It was funny, bro. Like I remember, like I specifically remember when I was really younger, like I don't like just watching like different like MTV like videos and like, you know, just music videos and stuff and listening to the stuff and then thinking to myself, like, how do I recreate that on the keyboard,
Mm.
on this little keyboard that I had? And then to take it a step further, I found out on this little keyboard, I was like, yo, like you could, it was only 3 tracks, but you could sequence beats on this little keyboard.
Yeah.
So it was like you had the main instrument and then, you know, I have some drums and some bass. And dog, like I just remember like banging out like on this keyboard. And that was really like my introduction like to the beats. This was mad years ago. And then a few years later, like I got one of my good friends hooked me up with FL Studio, or at the time it was Fruity Loops
Yeah.
Studio before they rebranded. And bro,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, after that, man, it was a wrap. Like that's what I was into. You know what I mean? Like, and I just learned the program, and over the years, just, you know, continued to like construct beats and stuff like on that software. And literally to this day, like that's the program I use, is FL Studio. I have that shit tatted on my arm, bro. Like that's how much it means to me. Like,
Really?
yeah, for sure. Like,
That deep. That's crazy, bro. That's
yeah,
crazy. I definitely remember when it was called Fruity Loops. Everybody had
Fruity
that.
Loops.
Everybody thought they could make beats. Everybody could not make beats, but they tried though.
Oh, that's true.
Everybody tried. But yeah, man, that's dope. How did you find your way towards hip hop though? You know, because you said growing up you already didn't listen to it. You know, it's like the soft rock and all of that. It's kind of
Yeah.
like the same for me. I listen to a lot of country music and stuff because I'm from a small town in Texas. So and
Huh.
gospel music as well. So I didn't get into hip hop until later on. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. Yeah, bro, it's weird because like I don't know, man, like, you know, just kind of being at home, just watching like TV and stuff like that, like at a real like young age, I just like I remember watching like MTV and like quite honestly, like BET, like 106 in Park, like and like Rap City, like, you
Right.
know,
The
Big Ticket
golden
Hit,
years right there.
bro, like, and I don't, it was just for me, like it was the sound, like it
Mm.
was really the sound. And I just remember hearing like DMX. He's one of my favorite artists, bro. Rest in peace. Oh my God. Like DMX, like in the like the late 90s, early 2000s, you know what I mean? Nelly was popping off at the same time. And I just remember seeing the videos, man, and like hearing the music, and it was just like I was just attracted to it, man, you know. And I said, like, bro, this is fire, you know, like pretty much. Like, how do I, and then I started really like listening to it and dissecting the sounds, you know what I mean, like sonically. So that's really where it was at, man. Just like it kind of, I tell people all the time, it kind of found me, you know what I mean, just through like TV and stuff like that and discovery. So
Right. Do you, when you first started making beats, did you start out doing hip hop beats or like other beats?
it was always hip hop beats.
It was always hip hop.
Yeah, it was always hip hop beats, and like I said, like, you know, artists like DMX and Nelly, but even to take it back, like as I got more into like the genre and just all the different stuff, like I really gravitated towards in the beginning like the boom bap stuff. You know what I mean? Like DJ Premier is like one of my favorite, like is like one of my ultimate influences. Hell yeah, like Dilla, J Dilla. I got the Dilla tat right here too. Like he's my favorite producer, bro. Like Tribe Called Quest. I really gravitated towards that kind of soulful. Like I really love the soul samples. So like, and then plus with my dad, like being into jazz, like it really opened my mind up to like just all sorts of different music and stuff like that. So I feel like it kind of developed my style, you know what I mean? Just as kind of like very chill, like in, you know, I sample a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? A lot of soul records and jazz and stuff like that. So yeah, man, I mean, that's pretty much it, you know?
Yeah, man. That's super dope, bro.
Yeah.
Do you remember the very first rap you wrote?
The very first rap I wrote,
Yeah,
shit,
like
man, it might have been in like high school, like, you know,
yeah.
it might have been a freestyle. Because I tell people all the time, like, you know, I started like really just making music. Like I was enamored with, I was really like enamored with like the music stuff. You know what I mean? But like you go to the parties and stuff in high school and shit, like, you know, and I would like kick freestyles and things like that, and stuff like that. But it probably wasn't until like, honestly, bro, until like several years after I really started like making beats and like understanding like the construction of songs, until I really started getting into like the rapping and stuff like that, and like behind the mic and recording myself and doing all that kind of stuff. So yeah.
That's yeah, man. I tried writing raps like when I was in high school and stuff. I never wanted to perform, but there is one infamous tape out there in Somerville, you know what I mean? Maybe a couple people got it. It's one tape. I'm on one song with like the crew, you know, like a cipher. And that shit, yeah, man, that shit is it still go around. I still get folks talking about it, man, but it don't leave Somerville though. Only probably about 10 people know about it, man. Only about 10 people know about it. That sucker ain't going nowhere. That's dope though, bro. But
yeah,
you started out producing. How long after did you start rapping, or did that all start around the same time though?
probably a couple years after, bro, because I'll tell you like the timeline, right? So like I remember like really just kind of like jamming out beats, and I was making a lot of beats, and I started working with other artists. I started producing for other artists. I was on this website called Rock Battle. Like, because of like old school. Have you heard of Rock Battle?
No, I've never heard of it.
Dog, Rock Battle was so sick. Like Rock Battle, honestly, like really opened my world up to just working with all sorts of artists all across like the United States, bro. It's this was like 2007, bro. Like, so like kind of like, you know, YouTube was kind of a thing. There was no Instagram, like there really, you know, Twitter was kind of like very in its infancy, but there was this
really MySpace and Facebook, like
right, yeah. Oh, I know. Facebook was just like a thing, you know, it was still the college thing. But there was this website, bro, called Rock Battle, and it was this online beat battle website, and it was hosted by Rockwilder, Grammy award-winning producer, did a lot of shit for Redman and Method Man, just a sick producer. And they would have these really neat like battles, bro, like where you could win like battles for artist placements. They would have cash battles, like, and I was on there, and like I was pretty deep into it, you know what I mean, at the time, like, and I was you know, I was entering these battles like, and for a couple months, like I was ranked like up there, bro, as a producer. But I had this bright idea one day where I was like, I really want to produce my own album. Like I want my own album, like kind of on, if you can imagine, like, you know, like a Mustard album, you know what I mean? Where you produce all the songs, have the artists on there, and you kind of A&R it like a Khaled type thing, right?
Right.
My idea was like, I really want to take, at the time, I was like, I really want to take artists that, you know what I mean, who might have some shine like in the industry, and I want to pair them and do my A&R thing and kind of pair them with artists that maybe don't have the same kind of shine or like recognition, but are just as dope, right? And put them on the same song. I thought that was a hard idea, and I would produce all the songs. So I was working on this. I was working on this project probably for like 8 or 9 months, right? And I had all these different songs, or I had like 5 or 6 songs. And after a while, I was like, I don't want to like start this and not be able to finish it. You know what I mean? And of course, you know, there's some business involved with like some of the bigger artists, you know what I mean? And just like, to be honest with you, I didn't have like the capital at the time to fund it. So I was like, fuck it, bro. Like, I'm going to finish this. Like, I'm going to rap. I'm going to write my own shit. I'm going to go to the studio. I'm going to record it and go from there, bro. And like, probably one of the best things I did, because it's made me a better artist. It's made me a better creator. It made me a better producer, honestly. Like, you know what I mean? Just to be able to know, just, you know what I mean? Like how to record, how to approach a song, you know what I mean? And how to record it and go from there. So, but that was really it. It was all based on a project that I had at the time, man. Yeah.
That's incredible, bro. But let's jump into like today's music though, the stuff you're doing today. And you just dropped a video for A Fool's World. And this project, you dropped this how long ago? It has 10 tracks on it.
Yeah, man. I just dropped the album, like my solo album. And it's funny, it's called Nobody Cares.
Right.
So it's kind of a play just on just how people consume art, man. You know what I'm saying? In this day and age, bro, where everything, I feel, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect, but like, I feel like everything is kind of very, you know, microwavable. Everything is, you know what I mean? Like, as far as people's attention spans, like it's very short, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of poking fun at that. But yeah, man, I produced this album and you know, obviously recorded it, mixed it, you know, did it all in house right here in the studio. And that's one of the songs off the album. The Fool's World is off of that album. So yeah, man, that's actually my second album that I dropped this year. I dropped one earlier this year as well. So this year, man, for whatever reason, bro, I just been in like artist mode. You know what I mean? I've been in like rap mode. I've been in artist mode this year. So, and I'm just trying to, you know, continue to really this year, just continue to ride that wave. So,
all right, for sure.
Yeah, man.
What other one that you dropped this year?
So I dropped a project earlier. I want to say maybe this was like April of this year. It's called Ebb and Flow.
Okay.
Short project. Yeah. 6 tracks, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I did all the beats on them and, you know, obviously rapped on it, but,
Right.
you know, produced the whole thing, you know, curated the music. I got, you know, the homie J Soldier's on there. He's one of my favorite artists, bro. So glad I linked with him.
Super dope.
Yeah.
Right.
Working a lot. He's on there. Got a couple artists from here on the West Coast that I got on there. But that's what I love to do, man. I love to curate music, bro, and just cook dope shit. Really, at the end of the day, that's what I'm about.
For sure. And you definitely hear like your music is professional, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like it sounds very good. Yeah. It sounds super good. Super dope, man. But what went into like this project? Was it only to make fun of the times, you know what I mean, with everything being so microwave and so easily so quickly digested and moved on to the next thing? Is that like the entire idea for it, or is it something that you did like in a spur of the moment type deal? It was like, man, this shit crazy, I'm doing this.
Maybe a little bit of both, you know what I mean? Like there's definitely some irony there, you know what I mean? I like to I like to kind of, you know, touch on certain things like that. This particular project that I just put out, this Nobody Cares project, like, is, you know, if you listen to the music, like, you know what I mean? Like, I got a song on there, bro, like with one of my best friends, you know what I'm saying, who passed away last year. And
I'm
we
sorry to
went
hear
in.
that.
No, I appreciate that, man. You know, and he was a good friend of mine, but, you know, we did mad music back in the day. And you know, I did something special, and kind of did like you know, went back into the archives and, you know, created a whole new song off of an unreleased recording he did. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
okay.
Like way back in the day, you know, a posthumous kind of, you know, release, and a lot of, so there's shit like that. And just like a lot of the stuff I'm talking on here, I feel like, you know, is a lot of stuff that people can relate to, you know, and ironically, that people would care about, you know what I mean? So as I was kind of cooking these songs and making them, I went into, you know, my playlist, and I was like, damn, bro, like, you know, I kind of got a lot of, I got a lot of songs that are kind of deep, you know what I mean? And it's like, how could I kind of, you know, almost kind of like poke fun, but also make a statement at the same time, like, you know, hey, so here, so here's the project, you know what I mean? Nobody cares. So that was kind of the mind frame going into it, man, if that makes sense, you know.
I thought the title was dope though. Like,
Yeah.
like Nobody Cares. And the intro too was like how he was just like screaming, nobody cares. Super dope. I
Yeah.
was rolling with that shit, bro. I was rolling.
Because, bro, like, it's just so much, like, as artists, you know what I mean? You know, I'm sure you can understand, like, as artists, bro, like, you know, a lot of goes into it, man. You know what I mean? When it comes to like releasing like a song, when it comes to all this creation stuff, the stuff that I do behind the scenes with the production, the mixing and mastering, all the stuff that goes into it. And you know what I mean? Just in this day and age, it's just different. You know what I mean? It's just different how people consume not just music, but just like products, like everything. You know what I mean? It's quick. You know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah.
um, I've always tried to make shit that I've always, as cliche as it sounds, bro, I've always tried to make timeless stuff. You know what I mean? Stuff that can withstand the test of time, whether that be, you know, songs that I create, or like, you know, the type of beats that I do, you know, the type of music and stuff like that. So, you know what I mean? It's kind of all, you know, centered and related.
Yeah, for sure, man. And doing timeless stuff, that's how you get that, you know what I mean, that fan base that's gonna stick with you. You know, it's not just that
Yeah.
microwave shit that's gonna be in one day and then in a few months or a year from now, nobody even talking about you no more, even checking for your stuff. But if you steady taking your time and putting out consistent dope work, like people gonna be like, oh, every single time he dropping something that's hot, you know what I mean, or worth taking that listen to.
Right.
So they follow you through your journey more than just, you know, the popcorn microwave stuff, man. So I'm with you, and I think you're doing the right thing and you're doing it the right way, bro, as it should be. That's honoring the game, bro. But as far as like the business side of things, you know what I mean? How do you see, as far as like the trends and stuff that are going on in business now, you know, with the streaming and all that, and things even changing from there to it's streaming, NFTs, so you got like
Mhm.
folks doing deals and shit with whole companies for advertisement deals and stuff like that, and spots on their album. Like I heard real different advertising tactics and stuff. So
Yeah.
what are some of the things you try and do to stand out in this game, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a really great question, man. I'm actually really glad you asked that, because a lot of times, bro, as creators, like, we just focus so much, you know what I'm saying, like on the creation side of things.
Right.
But like, truth be told, like really where the sauce is, like, is in the marketing and how you get it out there. I'm really glad you mentioned the NFT things. I've been in the crypto space, man, for some years now, probably since 2017. I understand the technology to some degree, you know what I mean? But I
Right.
do think, bro, like, I do think NFTs and how you release your music, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to, you know, on blockchain technology and stuff like that, I think that might be the new wave. It's something that I'm actually like currently working on right now. I have a really good friend here who's like a super, man, he's a super NFT nerd. Look, he's got like mad different projects and stuff, and he keeps
Right.
telling me like, bro, your next, like you got to do this. So I'm definitely looking into that, man. I do think at the same time though, like, content is king. also when it comes to like marketing and stuff like that. However whatever, however that applies to you, you know what I mean, as an artist or whatever you're doing, you know.
Right.
The content is definitely king, man, and consistency will always like reign, you know, remain king as well. So I just think there's new spaces to do it in, like the NFT stuff and
Most definitely.
yeah, and just different, you know what I mean, like different avenues. Like the world is always changing, man, you know what I'm saying. And I have a line, bro, where I said in a song like a few years ago where I said you know, you could get with the times or get left in the dust. Like this is, you got to at least be knowledgeable of what's going on, you know what I mean, in the world. These are tools, you know what I mean, for people. So, you know, and they might not work for you, but I always try to at least, you know, keep an open mind on like new technology and new shit like that, you know.
Most definitely. Most definitely. That's super smart, man. Like I'm trying to get more into NFTs.
Yeah.
I don't fully understand the whole deal yet, so
Yeah,
I'm trying to read a little bit more about it, you know what I mean, and talk to more people about it. But it's definitely something it's catching a wave, man. It's getting bigger and bigger. Just like all the we got Dogecoin and we got, you know, like all of those coin-based things, I'm saying coin-based, crypto-based things and stuff like that, man. When those took off, I was a little bit slow to jump onto it, and I regret it. So I don't want to like be late to the NFT thing too, if that is a thing. But incorporating that into business is definitely going to be something smarter, another way to diversify. You know what I mean? Because got to diversify. Like, even if you are big in the music industry, you never know when that's going to be, you know, your last year being on top of some shit or getting real money off of that shit. You know what I mean? So you always got to stay prepared and ahead of things, man. So, but I might be hitting you up about that crypto stuff too, man, NFTs, because I'll be asking people all the time about that shit, man. I'm heavy in investing now, man.
Man, that's what's up, bro. I'll tell you this, man. Like, yeah, a few years ago, I got involved into crypto. Didn't know a whole lot about it, you know what I mean? But started just like anything else, you know what I mean? Started researching it, started learning more about it. You know, the space can be very confusing, you know, and I certainly am not anywhere near in the realm of like being an expert at it. But with anything else, bro, like you kind of draw your own conclusions. You know what I mean? To anything, and you apply it to whatever it is that you're doing. Like, you know, like for me with the music, it's just like I related to, you know, a few years ago where it was like, bro, like I didn't know anything about several years ago, bro, I didn't know how to mix records. You know what I mean? I didn't know about delay, compression, EQ, none of that. But I took it upon myself to at least learn the technology, at least dive into it and try to learn it. You know what I mean? Because that's just another you know, another tool in your tool belt that you can use. At least, you know, at least try to be knowledgeable, you know, if that makes sense.
Big fact. No, it makes all the sense in the world, bro. Like I tell people this all the time who are talking to me about writing and getting into film and stuff like that. And I'll be like, man, you just got to do it. Like, you're not going.
You got to do it. Go in. Like, yeah.
Have to. Like, that's the only way. You can sit here and talk about and ask a million questions, but there's no teacher better than experience, bro. Like, going out there and diving into that shit, man. So if you're going to be a writer, go write every single day, bro. For like 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever. You get 30 minutes here. Just go write, man. You know what I mean? If you're a rapper, rap every single day, you know, do what you do.
Just go with the craft, bro. Like I'll tell you, like last year, let me tell you something. Like last year, I did this thing. I had this idea, right? I'm a huge basketball fan, bro. Like, I don't know if you knew that. I used to play basketball. I was a high school and collegiate basketball player. Most people don't even know that. Like, I love the sport of basketball. I'm super into it. College basketball, professional. I still play to this day. I've had injuries and shit, but I love the sport, bro. I love to play basketball. And I did this thing last year where I was like, I'm gonna do random idea. I was like, I'm gonna do a beat series where I just put instrumentals out, but like they're named after like my favorite players.
That's good.
And I called it the Baller Pack. It was the Baller Pack. So I did these different things, and I got different, like, you know, through different, you know, avenues and different arenas and platforms, I was able to like secure like some different shout outs from like NBA players. Like I got one from Damon Stoudemire, who's one of my favorite players. Like I got one from shout out to Bruce Bowen, bro, from the Spurs. You know what I mean? Defensive player, like
monster.
3 times.
Yeah.
Matt Barnes. So, you know, I got these different little shout outs and stuff. And I just, you know, I would send them these beats and be like, oh, like I make beats and I have this thing called Baller Pack, like, and I made one for you, you know what I mean? And like, they listen to it. Like, so it's just stuff like that, man, trying to like, when it comes to the marketing, like trying to get creative, like I'm always trying like different things, you know, like people, you know, see the stuff that I do. Like I try to mix it up and do different things. And like I said, bro, content is king, but consistency and trying to do like different shit, you know what I mean?
Right,
like,
right, for sure.
You know, so
Evolving, man. Like you evolving and constantly moving, stick and go, man. Like that. That's the name of the game. Ain't nothing staying the same for too long, man. So you always got to keep on evolving and trying new things, man. But that's dope. The baller package, though, that's super smart and good marketing, though. Like very good marketing.
I'm gonna bring it. Yeah, so I appreciate that, bro. Like, and I got some things lined up for that, like that I plan on bringing back in 2022. Like, I'm really gonna focus hard on like the production stuff and the marketing stuff in this next year. It's something that, you know, a goal of mine that I really want to nail like next year. So,
and you know, when next time I'm in Vegas or if you down here in Austin, you got to step on this court, though, right? You got.
Oh yeah, man. I know. I know. It's funny, bro. Like, yeah, you're not the first person that's told me that for sure. I would love to, man. Like, I definitely would. And I really got to get back to Austin soon, man. Like, Austin is a dope city, bro. And I have to go on record by saying this, man. Like, there's something I wanted to say and I planned to say before this interview. Like, you know, coming in, like I told you, bro, from the beginning, like I'm from Southern California, man. A few, like, I want to say when was this, bro? This was at the beginning of 2017. I moved out to Austin, Texas, randomly. My wife and I, like, we grew up in Southern California. And we decided, you know what? It's time to change it up. It's time to break out of the comfort zone from what we know. I heard great things about the city of Austin, Texas. I had never visited there. I'd never even been to the state of Texas, bro. Like, to be real with you.
That's crazy.
But dog, I'm telling you, we sold everything that we could not fit in the car and rolled out there, man. And of course, like after
it's amazing, dude.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a story, dude. It's amazing.
Dog. And then after a matter of time, like just getting involved with the music scene in Austin, of course, specifically, you know, we're talking about rap and hip hop scene in Austin. I must say, bro, as an outsider's perspective, I was and still am very, very impressed with the hip hop scene in Austin. You know what I mean? Like I kind of went through like Jay Soulja, but you know, I've been working with so many dope artists, bro, and the variety of different artistry, bro, and you have different styles and different, you know, it's just, I was from an outsider's perspective. I know there's politics. I know there's a lot of things that goes on like with anywhere, but you know, I could tell you, man, as far as the support level, bro, is something that I've seen as an outsider's perspective that I super respect, man. And I was very, very, very impressed. So
that's dope. Yeah, man. That right there is one of the reasons why like I started this platform or whatever, or trying to get it going and stuff like that. It's because I always seen so many dope, talented artists. I would go to like shows and stuff like that that are underground and shit, but you would see so many people on stage like, oh shit, we got bars, or man, them beats crazy. Like every time I would step out and go to a show or something, I would see somebody like, how are they not talking about Austin more, bro? Like it's really dope talent. It's really dope talent. And I love Jay Soulja work though. He's probably one of my favorite artists right now too, just like in general, not out of Austin, but I really listen to him like he's already one of those dudes. You know what I mean? He's super
totally, man. Totally, bro. I don't know if you know the story behind how we connected, but like,
I don't, but tell it, man.
Dog, like it's crazy, man. Like the universe, the universe works so crazy, man. It's almost like, like I don't believe in coincidence, bro. Like, honestly, like, however, whatever you believe in, like, it's just, shit was supposed to happen the way it is. But,
Right.
you know, I moved out to Austin, right? And I'm on Instagram one day and like I'm scrolling through stuff and I see this, like, this post from Reason, Reason from TDE.
Yes, sir.
Dope artist, and he does a Flick It Up remix challenge. And I see Jay Soulja's like entry, and his verse was sick. And then he had this video that like went with the verse, and I was like, bro, there was so much time and effort that went into this. I was like, this is fucking sick, bro. Like, who is this guy? Like, so of course I went in and I looked
exactly
up.
what you're talking about.
Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then I looked him up and I was like, oh shit, like he's here in Austin, bro. Like I didn't know. I'm new to the area. Like, so I went in and listened to, bro, like, and Soulja will tell you this, bro. Like I went in and listened to like pretty much everything he ever did, bro. And I was just a big fan, and I hit him up instantly, bro. Like just sent him a beat pack, because after listening to his shit, like the stuff that he was doing and his sound, and then my sound, I felt was, I just knew, bro, like it was just a perfect like blend, bro. And the rest is history, bro. Like we've been cooking up and we're working on new shit right now, you know what I mean? And then through him, like I just, like I said, man, like I just got to meet so many different dope artists, bro, in the city of Austin, like Solo, you know what I mean? Sean Solo, we just dropped the tape, like, so many dope artists, bro, like Frequency, you know what I mean? Like me and him been talking back and forth. We got some stuff in the works, like Jay Rich, Tita, like, just so many dope artists, bro, that like I was just very impressed with.
It's a lot, man.
Styles too, you know what I mean? Like just different flavors, bro. It's sick. So
yes, sir, man. That's right there, man. Like I appreciate you saying that too, bro. Especially not really being from Austin, but coming down here and embracing the city and the culture and seeing that for yourself, man, and acknowledging that, bro, because it's very much true. And we need to get the scene down here better. So we do, as far as better, I mean like the hip hop scene with platforms and places to go and like stuff like that, so we can showcase that talent on a better level, on a larger scale, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So that's what I've been working on lately, though, is trying to get my own, you know what I mean? My own, I got to stop saying, you know what I mean? I've been trying to stop doing this for forever, bro, but I'm country as hell, so it's hard as shit, but yeah. Like you from Southern Cali, and one thing that I noticed about Southern Cali, though, about Cali in general, though, is like I used to live in Moreno Valley and I lived in Riverside, right? So
fuck out of here, bro. I lived there. Oh my god, yeah.
Really?
13 years I lived in Riverside, bro. Moval. Yep.
That's crazy. Yeah, I went to Serrano Elementary School or whatever. Yeah, so that was, but I stayed out there. I still go out there pretty often because I got a lot of family in Moreno Valley and Riverside, both, and some in LA too. But what I used to find out though, bro, is like they would talk hood, but it would be proper, like y'all speak proper slang and shit like that. And I would be, it used to freak me out. And they would talk about me so much because I was like country as hell, and I used to get into fights in school and shit in elementary and everything. But yeah, man, that shit was crazy. I'd be like, how the fuck do they talk so proper? But it'd be like slanged up though, but it's still proper. But to me, I don't know, man. I digress. That shit is crazy, bro. But
no, I know what you mean, bro. That's the LA, the IE shit. Like there's just like anywhere you go, bro, like there's a vernacular, there's a slang, like there's just no matter who you are, like there's just a way, like where you grow up or where you're at, you know what I mean? There's that diction, the accents and stuff like that. But I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Definitely know what you're talking about.
For sure. What is the scene like in Vegas though? Like as compared to Austin?
It's dope, man. I'm still getting involved. I'm working with a couple of artists out here in Vegas, man, and just kind of networking out here. So far, man, there's a lot, there's a lot of dope artists out here, man. There's a lot of moves to be made out here, man. And it's interesting. I lived in Austin for 4 years, moved out here just to be a little bit, it's kind of a personal decision, for my wife and I, just to be a little bit closer to the fam and stuff like that. So,
right, for sure.
But I'm definitely getting involved, man. With a few artists out here in Vegas, man, that are pretty dope. So.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. You know.
That's what's up, man. So what can we expect from you next though? After
Man,
this project, or are you gonna ride with this one for a while and promote and market it and everything, and then jump onto something new?
yeah, no, I mean, of course, you know, I'm gonna do that, you know, give it a solid run, you know, for this latest project. Now I dropped well essentially three projects this year, man. So I feel like for me, like
And
honestly,
working.
yeah, I appreciate that, bro. Like it's one of the most productive years I've had recently as far as like music, you know what I mean? I dropped two solo albums. I had me and Sean Solo's album, which I'm really proud of, man. Like me and him worked
It's
really
dope,
hard on
bro.
that behind the scenes, bro. I appreciate that, bro.
You
Like,
sounded so West Coast, man. I was like, I didn't know if he was from Austin at first. And then I probably dropped his interview a couple weeks ago or whatever. But yeah, man, that tripped me out because it sounded like I was like, bro, is he from Cali when I was listening to it? But he was from Texas. I was like, shit, that's crazy, bro. That's
you know what's
crazy.
funny? You know what's funny about that one, bro? It's like so I was going to Jay Soulja. He had an album release party, and
I remember that.
yeah, it was at the Domain.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, and the name of the brand is escaping me right now, and I feel really bad about that, but it's a dope
Of
brand.
the album?
Magic is the name.
Oh, man.
Uh, Magic Supply, like, and but so they did it at the shop, and I showed up, and then Sean Solo comes in, and of course I've met him a few times, you know, before that, but he was
Right.
like, he hit me and he came up to me and he was like, bro, like he was like, look, kind of jokingly, he said, well, like, I need some West Coast beats. Like, are you fucking with me or not? Like, I was like, I thought that was the coolest shit to say. And I was like, bro,
Yeah.
all right. I almost took it as like a challenge. And
Yeah.
I tell Solo this all the time. I was like, bro, like I almost took that as like a challenge. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. So you need some West Coast beats for sure. Like, you know, and then for the months later that project came about. But I had a lot of fun working on that, man. Like,
Right.
and you know, continue to produce for Soldier, man, probably in the new year. Where like, I don't want to say too much, but we definitely got some stuff going on. YB, Young Bryce, me and him got some stuff going on for sure. I'm working with the artists out here in Vegas, man. I'm actually right now working with a collective of some really, really dope artists out of Philly too right now.
Oh, for real?
Philly artists, bro, out on the East Coast, man, that I'm super stoked with, bro. Some
Very
artists
intrigued about that, bro, because Philly is a hotbed for talent, bro. Like,
got some spitters out there for sure, bro. Yeah. Mhm.
man, that's crazy, bro. You all over working for real, man. I respect that grind, bro. If it's anything I respect, it's a grind, bro. Like, get it, man. That's what's up, dude.
Yeah,
Man, I'm trying to see though, like during this whole pandemic and everything that we have going on right now, has any of your strategies had to change up because the world is going to change. Like it's already changed and it's going to be different by the time all of the stuff is over. We probably don't even exactly see it all right now, but it's changing for sure in a lot of ways, and it's not going to go back exactly to old. Like everybody's waiting for it to go back to regular, but that's never going to happen again. Like we're going in a new direction. So do you feel like you need to change up your strategies for the way the world is moving, or do you think you can see the way things are going in the music industry in the future?
man, that is a fucking great question. Like, holy shit. Like, yeah, like,
I'll be
okay,
trying,
so,
man.
no, that's a gem right there. Like, because yeah, it's certainly, man, bro. I love how you phrased it, because there's like this pandemic thing and everything going back to like, you know, this term, the new normal, or going back to normal. I've been saying, bro, like it ain't going back to normal. This is the new shit. Like yes, it's much more fast paced. Obviously, it's much more digital. But I also feel like I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I feel like I do feel like the human interaction, the real in the same space. This is great. Don't get me wrong, but I do feel like that people are definitely through this whole thing are definitely yearning for that like face to face time. You know what I mean? Like the show interactions and shit like that is definitely coming back. You have people like really, really, really touring and stuff like that, and like getting out there. And I do think while the digital stuff and like you know, the online, you got to have a presence, and you got to be blowing and going online, you know what I mean? For, you know, it's just is what it is. But I do think that I feel like this next year, I could be wrong, but I feel like people definitely want more of that experience, you know what I mean, type of factor to how they consume stuff, you know what I mean? Art, music, uh, film, TV, all that shit, you know what I mean?
I definitely know what you mean, and I agree with a lot of that. I don't know about the human interaction part. Like, I think we do need that. Like, we gotta have that. But
Yeah.
as far as in big crowds, though, I don't know because
Oh
I
yeah,
feel
that's gonna be
like,
different. Yeah.
yeah, I think regular concerts and probably like I don't want to put exact time date in the near future are going to be a thing of the past. Like, I think concerts are going to be an online viewing experience, like, or like small venues plus an online viewing experience, like, or some form of combination. Because a lot of people have anxieties now for just being around large crowds now, like,
Mhm.
and I'm kind of one of them. I went out. I'm like, I got vaccinated and all that type of stuff. I still wear a mask and everything, but in Texas, you really don't have to. Like, or
Yeah, yeah.
it's fucking Texas, bro. Like, yeah,
Oh, I love about yeah.
we
Let's
super
go.
independent
Yeah.
down here, bro. Like, yeah, but I already still have like I've grown and developed some type of anxieties. But I will say this: before the pandemic, I really wasn't that much of a outside person, but I was a lot more than I was before the pandemic happened. I know a lot of people I talk to are experiencing those same type of anxieties too. So,
Facts.
what do you think about that though? Like, about the whole thing being in our viewing experience of a concert, you know, especially with the Travis Scott thing that's going on and all of that, you know,
Yeah.
God bless to those families and everything. But
Yeah.
things are going to, I think, changing the concert viewing experience is going to be a little different. Oh, what do you think about that?
Here's what I think, man, and I'm glad you mentioned that. And obviously, you know, to those families and those individuals, the Travis Scott thing, man, what a horrible situation. But you know, so my thoughts and my prayers definitely go out to them. But when it comes to like that experience, I hear what you're saying. I do think it's going to be definitely more of an exclusive type experience. There's going to be some more red tape on shit. For example, like one of the things out here in Vegas that I was reading the other day, you know, Adele, megastar Adele, she got a residency out here in Vegas. But before you ever show up to an Adele residency out here in Vegas, you got to show your Vax card and you have to have a negative COVID test.
Yeah.
Right. Here. So that to me tells me like, all right, like performers and like big acts like Adele is a fucking mega like global superstar. You know what I mean? Like, but it's gonna be more of an intimate. I feel like a more of an intimate, exclusive experience, and I feel like if artists can leverage that, like that might be a good thing, you know what I mean? Because people do still want to get those experience, whether it's in person or digital. But you know, people like exclusive shit, bro. People like designer shit. You know what I mean? Like that's just what it is. Like, so
Right.
if you can sell that experience, bro, if you can, well, I think first of all, not sell, if you can create that experience, it's got to be, it has to be legit. If you can create it
Right.
and put it out there, you know what I mean? Like, and then sell it. That's what it is. Does that make sense? I feel
It
like,
does make sense though,
you know,
because exclusive has always been a deal, especially in this country. Like,
yeah.
if it's exclusive, you know, it has more of a I don't know, like, I gotta be there type of feel to it, or I gotta have that, or everybody can't get that. I always wondered that too about artists though. Why don't people take more of the Jay-Z type of approach to things when that's kind of what works? And by Jay-Z approach to things, I mean Jay-Z is very exclusive. Him and Beyonce are very exclusive, and that's what adds to the aura and mystique of his swag. Nas, he doesn't do many interviews, very exclusive, adds to his mystique, you know. And I think that artists who do that add to that mystique. You still got to drop dope shit though. That's the key to it. But if you do that and you become like a J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar or something like that, and you only pop out every now and then with your dope shit and go back in instead of being, you know, on the ground trying to be flashy and all this type of stuff all the time. I think that's a better marketing scheme because exclusive, how you were saying, is like that's the move. And even with the concerts and everything too, I completely hear what you're saying, and I agree with that too. Like making your concert experience exclusive, or at least, I don't know, just like you probably got to jump through more. I don't know why people like having to jump through hoops to get shit. It just make them feel like it. But if you got to do what Adele's making people do, bro, like they're gonna go because Adele drops dope shit. Like when she pops out every blue moon. So
they're gonna jump through all the hoops, bro. Like every hoop you can imagine, they will jump through to be there. Like, you know, so but yeah, man, you know, it's tough because it's almost like it's like a balancing act. Like you gotta, because I feel what you're saying, but like I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Like this, I'm gonna keep it all the way a buck with you.
please.
Social media, and me as an artist, bro. Like, and just not even as an artist, but me personally, it's just like love-hate relationship.
Oh my
You know what
God,
I mean?
I
Like,
feel that completely, dog.
you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, and I have conversations with like mad different people. I've talked to Soldier about this. I talked to my boy Dave about this. All these different people out here, like within my inner circle, and it's like, bro, like I gotta be real with you. Like I don't want to create TikTok videos all fucking day long. Like I'm sorry, you know, I want to create dope shit and I want to put it out when I want to put it out, and the mystique and the level of it, I feel like you mentioned, like it comes with that, you know what I mean? There's a formula that's a proven formula, but it's also like at the same time, it's like, well, they have the fucking fan base to do that. You know
at
what
a
I mean?
certain level, you got it. I
Right.
got you. At a certain
You know?
level, you can do the mystique and add
Yeah.
to your reputation, but you can't do the mystique early because it's gonna take away. Because you got to be seen at first. I got you.
Yeah.
But I'm 100% with you though. I hate social media, and in my profession, I'm in like film and stuff like that, right? And I'm trying to build a media company. It's a media company, right? I gotta be on everything.
Be on it, bro. Like
I hate this shit with a passion. So now I'm forced to have to go pay somebody. I gotta pay somebody my hard-earned money just to post on fucking social media, dog. Like, I hate this shit.
Man,
But it is the lane that we chose, though, bro. With the music and all of that, it's the lane that we chose. So
yep. And that, bro, that's one of the reasons why, like, you know, the nobody cares shit, like,
oh yeah,
is kind of the reason
perfect
like,
segue.
why I named it that. And I'm not trying to like throw shade or like disrespect anyone or anything like that, but I'm sorry, bro. It's just kind of the way I feel sometimes. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to the content and the creation process and stuff like that, where it's like, bro, you do some dope shit, and then it's like, all right, cool. What's up next week? You know what I mean? It's like,
Right.
I get it. I understand it. People might think. I even had many conversations with I don't think it's in my team, but like, you know, but people internally, and they were
Right.
like, I don't know about that title. It might backfire on you. And I said, but I don't fucking care. Like, like it is what it is. Like, this is how I feel about it. Like, and the music and the stuff that I'm talking about, like, is relevant, and it goes, you know what I'm saying? It's along the same lines. And if people listen to it, then they'll understand why I named it that, you know? So
Right.
anyway.
I love the name because that's how I feel about a lot of things, bro, especially social media. Like, nobody cares, bro. Like, I only go on Facebook like to post like videos and promote and shit like that. And I'll be getting into it with my family about this shit, like, especially my little sister. I love you, Tiff. Don't get mad at me for this shit. I know you watching, but she'll go on there and like post all types of shit, and I'm just like, don't nobody care. Don't nobody care. Why are you posting our family business on this shit? Like, stop this. Stop it. But nobody listens to me and my family, so it don't matter, dog. I'm just gonna be by myself, the old grumpy man in the yard. Stop posting that shit on social media because nobody cares like the album, bro.
Or they might for a minute, you know what I mean, and tap in with it. But you know, it's just like, man, this world is crazy, bro. Like the world is crazy, and there's, you know, everything, everyone's chasing. Oh fuck, this is gonna get me in trouble. Everything, you know, I feel like a lot of people are chasing like the viral moments and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And like the viral content and things like that.
It's the truth,
And
though. It's not gonna get you in trouble. That's the truth. Like people
yeah,
are.
right. You know what I mean? So it's like people are chasing that. And while I understand strategy wise, why that would make sense, I don't know, man. I've never seen that as like a longevity play when it comes to your legacy, bro, as who you are as a human being. And if you're an artist and you're creating stuff, I just
Talk
don't
that
know, man.
shit, man.
I've always been in the mindset and in the realm of like, no matter what becomes of this shit, no matter what happens with it, bro, like you put your stuff out there, and you know what I mean? Like if timeless stuff is timeless stuff, and people are going to fuck with it regardless if it's 2021 or, you know, 2031.
Right,
That's my take on it, bro. And that's it, really, you know.
It's like they gonna fuck with it if it's dope stuff. They gonna gravitate to it. Eventually, it's gonna get around to them. But I will say in the beginning, like you have to play that game though. But it's still a line though.
Balancing. Yeah.
It's a balance act. The way you can get
Yeah.
away with it and still live your life in a proper, respectful way, bro. Like you don't got to be out here acting as just a fool on social media to get some clicks. Like
Yeah.
it's just
Showing your
click.
ass on Instagram. Yeah.
Like nobody care, bro. Like it's your album. The title, I love the title, bro. Like I love that shit because I really feel this way in real life, dog. Like I don't even care if I get in trouble. Like I tell people this all the fucking time. I don't like social media. I don't. I go on there for laughs sometimes when I'm bored. I just watch stories, but I'm not really posting a lot. I will post because I know I have to try and engage with people and stuff like that. But really, man, it's like I'm just going, I like shit and just scroll on stuff. When it's just to pass time, man, just watch people do stupid shit, bro. But I can't be around you if you're doing that stupid shit, bro. Like if you
Yeah.
out here just being, I don't know, it's like a line between promoting yourself and just doing shit just to get clicked, like just dumb shit. Like if you're trying to be creative with this and actually trying to build a career off this and do something productive, you know, I'm with you 100%. I'm gonna support your shit. I'm gonna like it, tweet it, all that. But if you're out here just doing stupid shit or whatever, I don't want to be specific because I know people that do shit like this. I don't hang with them, but they know me. You feel me? And so, but yeah, man.
Yeah. No, man, I know, bro. I feel you, and it's like social media is one of those. It's an extremely strong platform, you know, and as anybody, bro, promoting a product or promoting a business, it's like, I mean, you have to be on there, you know. Like there's no doubt about it, you know. That's just part of it. But everything you just said, man, I totally like. Yeah, man, like that's my whole thing with it. And quite honestly, I've never really even told like a whole lot of people about that, you know, like publicly about that, like, you know, because as people, I think naturally one of the things we tend to do is compare also, is comparison. And I'll be real with you, bro. That's one of the things that I kind of fall victim to, you know, subconsciously, you know what I mean? Like
all of us do.
Yeah, we consume. And if that's all you do is consume, you're the way we are wired as humans, bro. Like we can't help but just like compare, like, and then all of a sudden, what do they say, bro? Comparison is the thief of joy. Like you can't compare what's going on over here to what you, because your situations are different. But I just like everyone else, bro, like we fall victim to that shit, and it is what it is. So that's one of the things that I also struggle with social media, just being completely 100% honest, you know. So but again, it's the balancing act, bro. Easier said than done, but that's really what, fuck, bro, like really that's what life is like all about, you know. So without getting like too deep and shit, but that is, you know.
Oh man, like that's the truth. Like that comparison thing is it's a hard deal because you can tell people not to do it, but it's hard, bro. When you see somebody that's the same age as you on social media, maybe we don't know if they really like that, but that's the thing with social media, especially for kids, you know. And I'm about to have my first kid, and
Congrats, bro. Damn, I didn't know that.
I appreciate you, bro. And I'm really nervous for her because she's gonna grow up in this heavy, like when it said it's apex, you know what I mean? Like I came in at the, like I seen the beginning, so I got to walk into this, you know what I mean? So I can see it. She's gonna be a kid dealing with those expectations, and as a woman, you know, it's gonna be, I don't know. I'm nervous for it. I don't really know how to teach her, but just tell her what I believe it is. But what it's gonna morph into, I have no idea yet. You know what I mean? So that's heavy on my mind of trying to how to teach her to navigate through all of this type of stuff like that with social media, because peer pressure in school is one thing. Peer pressure from the world is a whole nother thing. And on a kid, that is something that might not be able to handle. It's going to take strong parenting and a strong mind, you know what I mean, to try and keep them on the right direction. So yeah, man, the social media thing is a buzzsaw, man. It's a buzzsaw.
Crazy. Yeah, it's a buzz. It certainly is. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But let's jump off the social media stuff onto some happy stuff like your projects and future projects. And anything you want the people to know about what this album means, or what you want them to take from it, other than what we just talked about, you know what I mean? That don't, you know, nobody really cares, but you know.
I mean, you know, that I feel like, yeah, man. I mean, I feel like, you know, when it comes to this project, man, like with everything I do, man, like I just want to inspire people, bro. Like I really don't, ironically, I really don't care if it's one person, bro, or like 10,000 people, bro. Like
Right.
if you can get something, bro, from like what I say or like what I do, that's kind of like, man, that was hard. Like I need to, you know, that inspired me. You know what I mean? Like
For sure.
that's why I do this shit, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't keep it all the way a buck, dog. Like that is the ultimate reason why I continue to do this. I've been doing music for probably coming on 14 years now, bro. Like really, really doing music. If I would have did it for anything else, I would have quit mad years ago. Like
Right.
just,
Right.
you know, so at this point it's like, you know, I just, you know, for the people that, you know, choose to tap in and listen to it, I appreciate everyone, you know what I mean? And hopefully you're able to take something away from it, you know what I mean, that you can apply to your situation. I feel like, you know, the type of stuff, the life that I've lived and the type of things that I talk about, bro, I do feel like a lot of people can relate to it. So I do feel like people can, you know, take a lot, you know, away from the stuff that I say and stuff like that, you know, when it comes to the shit that I put out. But also, you know, when it comes to on the other side, the production side, just, you know, working with different artists, bro, and people can really see that collaboration process, you know what I mean? And get inspired by that, bro, because really that's what life's about, bro. Like whether you're making music or you're doing podcasts or you're selling clothing or you know, you're doing NFTs, like this is the collaboration process, man. It's the people to people thing that that is really, you know, that's what we're here to do, really. That's what we're designed to do, you know. So yeah.
That's dope, bro. Inspire and motivate. Inspire and motivate, man. I
Man.
appreciate that, man. That words that you gave us today, man, your thought process, I love it, bro. Like the work that you putting in this year, dropping projects and working with awesome artists and really giving them dope shit, you know what I mean, to make great music. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you for coming on and talking to me, bro. Like you said in the beginning, it's gonna be a dope conversation, and you gave me a hell of a conversation, bro. We got to talk about a few different things, man, and I appreciate your time, bro.
Yeah, likewise, man. Thank you for having me, bro. Yeah, this has been dope. Appreciate it, man. And you know, for you, bro, you just definitely keep doing your thing. You know what I mean? As a curator, doing the interviews, I'm tapped in, bro. I've watched a few of them, so yeah, man. You know, we got to keep the shit going. So
Hey, for sure, man. And if you need anything in the future, man, I'm here, dog. But on the way out, man, we going out with A Fool's World. Am I correct?
let's go. Yeah,
Mr. Roy Dean, people.
let's go.
Yeah, for sure. A Fool's World, man.
Yeah.
You set my drink down. Yeah. 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 You know that's my shit, right? Look.